Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter once again. Our heroes today are going to be HappyxX, playing for the Soviets, and we have Muad'Dib, playing for the Germans. So once again, as you know, this is from the round of 128 from the Sunday Night Fights Season 5 tournament. A little bit about the players. Let's see here. The highest ranking player in this matchup would be Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib is ranked, interestingly enough, I mean, he's ranked in the 400s for his Soviet play, but I mean, he shows Germans, as we can tell here. His German play is in the 800s, so interesting choice, not going for his highest ranked faction. However, even that is still, ranked higher than what Happy has. As far as the seeding goes, we have Happy on the 85th and Muad'Dib in the 44th. So that is that. Now back to the game. Build order wise, interestingly enough, I mean, even though it's okay, we haven't seen a doctrine selection, which is kind of weird at this point. We've seen a lot of people selecting their doctrine right off the bat, probably because they only want that doctrine or have a plan in mind. But right now, both players content with just building stuff. We see Muad'Dib just getting, tier 1 like you would expect, and Grenadier, second Grenadier already hitting the squad. I mean, not the squad, the field. Happy for his part doing what most Soviets do. Conscripts, getting 2 conscripts already, and a third one on the way. Third unit for Muad'Dib is going to be an MG42, so that's nice. It's not going to be a Gren spam, even though it is very strong. For some reason, I prefer, having a little bit of a combined arms thing. Also, patch is coming, which means I have to get all these casts done very quickly in rapid succession. But we should expect to see some changes to the machine guns in the next patch, if rumors are true. So anyway, small engagements all over the place. We saw the Grenadier squad getting beaten by the conscripts to get into the house. The Grand Squad decides to capture this point and just move on to the right-hand side. Up north, we see the Pioneers for Muad'Dib getting into this house, beating the combat engineers for Happy there. So they are, duking it out over there. But pretty static fights. We do see a conscript for Happy moving up to support this fight, so they will be able to beat that squad there. And we now have Molotovs on the field for Happy. Throws it into the house. Pios jump out for Muad'Dib and dodge that quite nicely. So yeah, Happy going for the usual, getting 3 conscripts into Molotovs and then getting a 4th conscript spot. Muad'Dib, for his part, got himself the MG42, which is coming into this fight for support, and then got himself a 3rd Grenadier squad after that. So he is going to be going Grenadier heavy, but at least having 1 MG42 there for support. And there goes the MG42, suppressing those conscripts out in the open. Going to get a pin down on the next burst. Yeah, there it goes. And the Grenadiers are just having a turkey shoot right there in front of them. Down to 3 men on that conscript squad. There's a conscript squad down south, but it's not moving in for support, which I don't understand why this conscript squad did not retreat earlier. It's okay to leave it there, taking some, fire and absorbing shots if he might have been moving this conscript squad up north to potentially get the flank, but he was a little bit slow there on the upkeep, so it didn't pan out there for Happy. Conscripts in the center, jumping into the church. The Grenadiers are going to jump into the house right outside of Happy space, and we'll get shot at from both sides, from the church and out in the open, but still, those conscripts in the church will be fine, and the Grenadiers in the house will have to get out because a Molotov is landing right on top of them. Molotov lands right in the edge, potentially doing a little bit of splash damage as they move out, but the Grenadiers do end up having to retreat, so very nice there. MG42 setting up on the cart over here will deny this approach and will allow these Pios to simply capture territory unopposed. Center map, Grenadiers on the retreat, Grenadiers down south, 2 Grenadier squads actually. And we have a conscript over on the right-hand side capturing that victory point, so it's being fine. Happy now getting himself tier 2. We shall see if tier 2 comes into play or if it's a stepping stone. He does not have enough fuel to get anything right now, so I would assume he's planning on building something from it. And as far as Muad'Dib goes, he does not have any additional techs just yet. But he did build himself a second Pio squad, which leads me to believe that he's going to be building some type of tech. He does have fuel, so he should be able to build something. Engagement down south, Grenadiers against Conscripts 2-on-2. We have a Grenadier squad in a house, which means that Grenadier squad is going to have an advantage, although it does land a Molotov right in its face, so that Grenadier squad is going to start taking a lot of damage. Down to 2 men while it exits the house, but one Conscript squad is down to 2 men. 1-man squad left on the Grants there. It does end up retreating. 1 man left on that Conscript squad as well retreats, going to make it alive, and the last Grant ends up retreating. So the Conscripts win that match with the use of a Molotov. So very nice there by Happy. Right-hand side, Conscripts is capturing territory, and the left-hand side is completely unopposed. Muad'Dib able to capture pretty much everything he can, and he's going to send the Pios in to take the cutoff point for Happy, but that doesn't really take that much. It's only 1 point in the center that he has. Conscripts capturing that fuel. They need to capture this point as well. There goes the Conscripts. So very nice. AT gun getting produced for Happy. He is anticipating some type of vehicle hitting the field. Might not be wrong in that assumption. There is tier 2, so we might see a half-track or a scout car, but nothing being produced just yet, so I don't know which one it would be. LMG is getting equipped on Grants, and that is on a Grant squad out on the field. Mines getting laid down. Heller mine getting laid down by Muad'Dib. Very interesting choice. So once a vehicle hits the field, it could actually get taken out very quickly. Very aggressive mine placement there by Muad'Dib. LMG Grants in the church, gonna do a lot of damage to these Conscripts. Conscripts do throw a Molotov into the church, but the Grants just simply jump out and are gonna start opening on them with that LMG. Down goes one of those Conscripts. More Conscripts moving up. They move up to the heavy cover of the wall, but they're gonna get taken out. I don't think the guys are gonna make it out alive. Pios on top of them, down to 1 man, and there goes an entire Conscript squad. Slight miscontrol there by Happy, ends up losing him 1 squad. He does have a Conscript squad moving in to try to get the cutoff, which isn't going to accomplish much. Even if he gets it, there's only 1 point in the center that is currently in connection, so not a lot to accomplish there. But there are 2 Grants intercepting those Conscripts, so they're not even going to be able to capture that point. Out on the field, we see Conscripts moving forward. There's a Teller mine there, but they don't have anything to fear from it. And we have a scout car on the field from Muad'Dib. Very interesting. No half-track this time. I suppose it's okay. He didn't have the munitions to do so. Also, I never mentioned, Happy got himself his doctrine, and that is the Soviet Shock Army, and is getting a shock squad. No, sorry, the 120mm mortar on the field. Interesting choice. Conscripts in the center, retreating in between all the infantry, managed to make it alive because there was the second Conscript squad drawing fire from the Pioneers, but even Pios can take out a Conscript at that low amount of health. Molotov landing on one of the Pios, forcing the retreat. The second Pios are in heavy cover, and the Conscripts are down to 2 men on the retreat. Scout car actually gets its gun upgraded. Again, don't entirely agree with that, but it's not an entire loss. It's, I suppose, as I've said before, you can say it's a little bit of a added firepower to the scout car. It is focused against vehicles, but, you know, it can eventually still get some kills on infantry, so I suppose it's okay. AT gun on the field being held back. Maybe just waiting for a surprise, trying to catch the vehicle out. AT gun could potentially move up and take down that house if it wanted to. The MG42 for Muad'Dib moved, and where is it? Oh, it's set up in the church. Okay, so it just left the house because it got Molotov and set up in the church. There's a LMG Gren out there as well. And the 120mm mortar is going to town on that house because it doesn't know that there's nothing there. Scout car pushes forward, trying to get some shots on that mortar. Gets shot a little bit in return by the base sector MGs. Base sector MGs getting hit by the scout car. Scout car taking some damage because it's right in front of those bunkers. Needs to actually keep on moving because it's taking unnecessary damage. Almost down to half health now. And we have a unit, combat engineer for Happy, penetrating behind enemy lines, trying to capture some territory. For the most part, however, Muad'Dib is in a solid commanding position. He has pretty much the entire map in his possession. Grenadiers moving up to capture this point. He has Pios on the right-hand side capturing those last remaining points. And we have Grenadiers moving up to intercept those engineers that are trying to capture that fuel point. Center map, Conscripts moving in, engaging a retreating Grenadier squad. Not entirely sure why it's retreating. And the scout car is moving around, trying to get some shots off. The Conscripts do throw an 18-8 at it, get that engine, and will probably execute the entire scout car. So a little bit of a pickup there for Happy. Let's see if he can you know, use that to his advantage, or, you know, I can't find my words. Sorry, guys. Trying to say if he can find a way to use that momentum that he gets from killing that car and start, you know, retaking back the map and such, but there's a word I wanted to use that I'm missing, but whatever. Anyways, Grants and conscripts over here. The 120mm mortar did get engaged by the MG42 in the church, so it got itself pinned down, forcing it on the retreat. And combat engineers do end up retreating after capturing that fuel. The grenadiers didn't actually finish him off. There are Vet 2 and with an LMG, so they could have done very easy work, but it looked like they were struggling there. Conscripts down south do win that fight, although they do get down to 2 men. Panzer Grenadiers moving up might kill them on the retreat, but there is another conscript squad in between. That is going to get killed instead. Does retreat at 1 man, but gets shot on the retreat. So Happy not catching any breaks. He did kill the scout car, but now he loses another conscript squad and is now down to only 2 conscript squad, plus his mortar that is back at base. No medics so far, so again, his units are not coming into the field at full strength. As far as Muad'Dib, he also has no medic bunkers just yet. Could potentially use that at this point. We'll see if that comes into play. Excuse me.
Engineer standing by.
But again, Muad'Dib in a commanding position, capturing once again the rest of the map. Conscripts pushing forward, capturing the strategic point right outside of their base, but with LMGs shooting at them, an MG42 covering the rear, and more units all over the field. I don't think Happy has a chance. And once again, Muad'Dib getting himself tier 3 and going for the Panzer IV. I mean, I get it. I know why people do it, because it's the safe bet. But, I mean, obviously we have the advantage here of being able to see what Happy has. But, you know, a little bit of a gamble sometimes wouldn't be a bad thing. Considering the amount of fuel income he has right now, you know, he could get one Panzer IV afterwards, you know, not that long a time, but oh well. But yeah, Panzer IV hitting the field, which is still gonna spell doom for Happy. He's gonna be having a very difficult time taking that out. He does have that AT gun on the field, which can help him out and, you know, keep that Panzer IV at bay. But if he had a Flak Panzer, the Flak Panzer would have been very much capable of taking out that AT gun very quickly and killing retreating infantry also very quickly. But again, still no response there for Happy to be able to take out that Panzer IV quite easily, so I suppose it's okay. Shock troops hitting the field for Happy, wanting to replace his lost infantry and capping capabilities. But Muad'Dib is content to just simply hold him in his base. Conscript squad over on the right-hand side going for capping this point. Happy currently triple capped down to 295 points, broken the 300 point mark. Looks like the conscripts were wanting to go over here, but they didn't do so. And PPSH is getting equipped on the conscripts, increasing their firepower and giving them a little bit more of a chance. And this is exactly what I'm saying. Muad'Dib is sending his Panzer IV over to the right-hand side to combat those conscripts, where a Flak Panzer would pretty much guarantee a kill. I mean, the conscripts would need to throw an 18-8 and instantly retreat, pretty much to be able to guarantee their survival. But against the Panzer IV, they can simply just 18-8 it and retreat, and they'll be fine. Panzer IV going for the crush, actually crushes one of those conscripts, backs up onto another, shoots the other 2. So wow, that taught me the conscripts do end up retreating at 2 men, so they will make it out alive, which is what I was saying about the Flak Panzer. But wow, that Panzer IV really showed me it killed 4 conscripts in a couple seconds. So badass Panzer driver right there. Flak Panzer now finally getting produced for Muad'Dib, so he at least acknowledges that Flak Panzer is very useful and very helpful. So he can potentially use that to kill the guys that are currently going up to the north. Shock troops in the center, getting shot by MG42s, LMGs, Panzer IVs. Suppressed and on the ground, the Panzer IV could move in for the crush. They get pinned down, crush them, get right on top of them. There we go, 1, 2, back it up. Back it up. Nasty shot there. I think that was the Happy's own mortar. Yeah, friendly kill right there. And the shock troops end up getting killed and squished by the Panzer IV. So at the very least, very nice control there by Muad'Dib from his Panzer IV, using it more effectively against infantry than otherwise would. And the mortar is throwing a barrage, it looks like. Probably at the church. I don't know where, but isn't really going to hit anything. AT gun pushes forwards, not gonna have to push back against that Grenadier squad. Could potentially throw a barrage there, but he doesn't have the munitions for it. And the base sector bunker is opening up on the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is just simply going into the base. It's feeling fine, and the Flak Panzer is being used on the flanks. We'll be able to either kill or push away these conscript squad. Look at those shots go down. 2 conscripts die immediately. Conscript will throw an 18A, like I said, and will instantly retreat, slowing down that Flak Panzer, and the Flak Panzer will take some shots on the retreat, but we'll be fine. Not sure why it's still backing up. Should continue to push forward and get those Grand Engineers out of there. Panzer IV on the right-hand side of the base. Looks like it might have taken an 18-8, but it didn't crit. Only has a little bit of damage. And the AT gun is moving over to the right-hand side to intercept, although it's a little bit too forward. Could do with being around here, but I guess that's it. And the Flak Panzer does end up killing an entire combat engineer squad. So Happy in a losing situation already triple capped, less than 200 points. Has no armor on the field. He got himself tier 3, but he doesn't have enough fuel to do anything about it. T70 would be a horrible choice, so he needs to wait until he can get the T34 at the very least, and that means 40 more, well, 43 to be exact, 42 at this point. But basically 40 more fuel that he needs to get. He only has an income of 7, so that is going to take him a long time, in which time Muad'Dib will be able to get himself even more tanks. He has a 45 fuel income currently, which is just ridiculous. And finally, a little bit of a... No, not even a victory there. The Grenadier will make it out alive, but the mortar landed a nice shot right there on that Grenadier squad and got some kills. Black Panther pushing forward, going up against the mortar, takes some shots, kills one of them, takes shots by the AT gun on the side armor, and backs up across the river and will make it out alive. Panzer IV for Muad'Dib, somewhere around there, and we now have something coming up. What is that? Is that a scout car? And 2 snipers. Okay. So Muad'Dib figuring out a way to spend his manpower and resources, gets himself a scout car, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check it out right now as soon as it hits the field. But also queues up 2 snipers, which, well, I mean, they're gonna do pretty good. Obviously, yeah, this is scout car. Interesting. More shock troops on the field for Happy, but again, not much he can do. He's already pinned in his space. He has tanks all over his face. 2 AT guns on the field for Happy. Could potentially take out a tank if it's not properly managed, but with shock troops and Grenadiers coming on top of the AT guns have to back off or get cleared out. This AT gun will get cleared out. It's too late already for it. Down to 2 men, down to 1. That's cleared out. The other one is already also potentially going to get cleared out. And yeah, I mean, not much they can do. Scout car pushing forward. Not entirely sure why he got a scout car, but I guess he's just going to send it into the base. Second AT gun gets cleared out, so the scout car really has nothing to worry about. And the snipers are hitting the field right now for Muad'Dib, crossing the river. Probably not even going to be able to do much by the time they hit the field. Down to 100 points for Happy. Once again, since it's the... oh, nice shot there by the mortar. Actually nails that Grenadier squad down to 1 man, forces a retreat. But yeah, as I was saying, since it's the tournament, like I said, players are reluctant to just leave and decide to just battle it out till the bitter end. Shock troops being used to recrew AT gun. AT gun takes shots at the Flak Panzer. Flak Panzer backs off, gets behind the house, and it's just fine. And the shock troops are going to get shot by the Flak Panzer and forced off of the field. Scout car skidding in the ice, doing a little bit of awesome driving maneuvers there. Once again, the autocannon gets upgraded. At this point, Muad'Dib can afford it, doesn't really matter much. And Sniper moves up, takes some shots at the AT gun, decrews it. Flak Panzer pushes forward. Down to 64 points for Happy. More AT guns getting recruited. Sniper going to town on the AT gun. And there's that 1 man retreating, running away from the AT gun. Conscripts running on top of the sniper. Can they actually finish them off with... Oh, they do. Very nice. Was that a friendly shot? Yeah. Sniper was actually going to get shot by the conscripts, and the Panzer IV decides to execute him for stupidity, I suppose. Second sniper already on the field, however, and right in front of the base. Down to 49 points for Happy. He did manage to cap that northern point, so he slows down the tick to 1 point, prolonging the map for a little bit. T70 on the field for Happy, decided not to wait for that T34, and the T70 is going to die instantly. There it goes. Not entirely sure why he went that route, but I suppose he just wanted to get something on the field, which, well, was not the correct choice at this point. So, Happy, not even reinforcing his squats. Well, actually, he is reinforcing the shock troops, but conscripts are not.
Shock troops here. Ready.
Mortar's just taking some shots at whatever it can. Everything that was up north is gone and just getting capped. Sniper retreating. And Muad'Dib's just sitting there, waiting for the timer to tick. Down to 31 points for Happy, getting triple capped again, so that's going to take about 10 ticks, 11 to finish it off. And yeah. So, not entirely sure at what point it went downhill for Happy. For some reason I'm blanking on what happened exactly, but losing conscript squads left and right was probably not a good thing. He did get a little bit of victories, you know, like killing the scout car and such, but he was simply outplayed by Muad'Dib. Panzer 4.
We have only 10 points remaining.
Flak Panzer moving up, down to 10 points, down to 4, down to 1, and that is all she wrote. So again, sorry for the, I suppose, less than interesting games, but that is the nature of tournaments. Some games just end very quickly. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.